The actions generating hope for our future must be tooled from the lessons learned from past experience. Children rarely make plans in anticipating difficulties and can easily stray from a healthily guided life course. The application of the manners learned in parenting are critical to a child's development and stem from such simple acts as hearing and listening. The struggle for a child to thrive is shattered when parents are separated from their children by incarceration.
Too many brothers out here dying. What in the world is going on? Too many mothers out here crying. Their babies never coming home. We need a change, we need it now, and we can do it. Yeah, put the pistol down. Put the pistol down. Put the pistol down. Put the pistol down. Too many mothers crying, too many brothers dying. It's a crazy world we living in, and I ain't lying. We separated and made it to where we taking sides. Speaker escalated to pistol play, now we taking lives. Let's stop the killing, homie, I'm just saying no. Killing our brothers was not a part of the plan, no. Carrying pistols will never make you a man, no. 5 shots almost took my homie Dan, no. Young world, can you hear me now? Keep your heads up, but put the pistol down. We need a change, we need it now, and we can do it. Yeah, put the pistol down. Put the pistol down. Put the pistol down. Put the pistol down.
Your boy Hakeem Nachiwa coming all the way from St. Louis, STL in the house. We represent ACOP, man. We assist the children of prison parents all the way from St. Louis to Louisville. So we on the move. We're going to be coming to a street, a YouTube, or a channel near you. So I want to spit this one piece for you and let you know why they call me the hottest new poet in St. Louis. Black man, where did you all go? I look, but can I see your face through your tinted windows? Doors locked, clutching a Glock, scanning for the popos. Navigating down lifeless blocks, oblivious to your own personal potholes. Yeah, I know you're too bold, chasing that fool's gold, and too hard and too strong.
I can do anything with my music. I want to let just people know that you can be anything that you want to be. You can do anything that you want to do. It's not where you are, it's where you want to be. And, you know, I'm just glad that, you know, I had somebody in my life to kind of step up and say, hey, you know, I'm going to go ahead and take on this young man because I see the potential in him. You know, my mother, you know, she was smart enough, man, to put a man around me. You know, she just didn't have boyfriend after boyfriend and, you know, niggas coming in and out of the house and stuff like that. That's one thing I can say. And, you know, she got married and she put a man around me. And, you know, he taught me about discipline. He taught me about character and he taught me about respect. And, you know, just those little life lessons that a lot of young men just don't.
Hey guys, and welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Christia Parker, and now joining me in the studio is Hakeem Mitchell. He is the CEO and founder of ACOP. Can you tell us what ACOP stands for?
ACOP stands for Assisting Children of Prison Parents.
Wow. All right. Now, can you tell us a little bit about your program, how you got started, and why you felt that there was a need for, you know, assistance for children whose parents are incarcerated?
Okay, sure. I actually was a parent of a child who was a prison parent, child of a prison parent. I was in prison. I was incarcerated for 10 years, and while I was there, I was reaching out to my children in prison, and I realized that had an effect on them. And some of the guys that was there who didn't have a relationship with their children, I seen how that was affecting them. So the passion grew while I was there. And then when I got released in 2006, I kind of got distracted, was doing a couple other things, but God brought me back to his vision for me, for my life in 2008. And that's when I founded ACOP on July 2nd.
Awesome. What does ACOP do? What are you guys, what's your organization?
Basically, in a nutshell, we maintain a relationship with a child and their incarcerated parent until the parent is released. And we do that by letter writing, phone calls, and visitations.
Okay.
you know, as an artist, we have more power than, you know, they think we do. You know, we influence generations out there, you know, and we influence trends, and we influence, you know, all type of things that people cling to and use that to identify themselves. So if I could do anything with my music, I want to let just people know that you can be anything that you want to be. You can do anything that you want to do. It's not where you are, it's where you want to be. And, you know, I'm just glad that, you know, I had somebody in my life to kind of step up and say, hey, you know, I'm going to go ahead and take on this young man because I see the potential in him. You know, my mother, you know, she was smart enough, man, to put a man around me. You know, she just didn't have boyfriend after. If I can do anything with my music, I want to let just people know that you can be anything that you want to be. You can do anything that you want to do. It's not where you are, it's where you want to be. And, you know, I'm just glad that, you know, I had somebody in my life to kind of step up and say, hey, you know, I'm going to go ahead and take on this young man because I see the potential in him. You know, my mother, you know, she was smart enough, man, to put a man around me. You know, she just didn't have boyfriend after boyfriend and, you know, niggas coming in and out of the house and stuff like that. That's one thing I can say. And, you know, she got married and she put a man around me. And, you know, he taught me about discipline. He taught me about character, and he taught me about respect. And, you know, just those little life lessons that a lot of young men just...
Well, me and my children was coming from my dad's house. We across the street right here. As soon as whoever did it, they waited till me and my kids got across the street, and they just started shooting. We all ducked when we heard the shot. She was the only one that didn't get back up. So I don't know if it was planned for her or what, but it could have been either one of us because my daughter was standing right beside her, my daughter's other friend was standing right beside her, and I was standing like arm, elbow length away from me. So it just, I mean, quite naturally, everybody gonna duck when they hear bullets. You know, so I said, but she the only one that get up and she fell dead right here in front of my house.
Growing up for me wasn't any different than you see, you know, nowadays, you know. Didn't have a father in the home. Didn't know who my father was. My mother's working all the time, doing the best that she possibly could to take care of me and my brother. You know, had to learn how to do right, how to do wrong on my own, you know what I'm saying? So if you had anything to tell teenagers and tell young people, what would you have to say?
Stop the nonsense, man, because people losing their lives for nothing. For nothing. An innocent child died for nothing. And it's just sad.
The violence in our city's alarming and tragic. Every time I look around, I see another casket. The ghetto got us feeling like we caged in. Only way out is either death or the state pen. This was all a plan, organized and designed. We gotta stop this vicious cycle one day at a time. Hurting our mothers cause a baby is dead or in jail. Take a look in the mirror, brother, we killing ourselves. Young world, the time is now. Keep your heads up, but put the pistol down. We need a change, we need it now, and we can do it. Yeah, put the pistol down. Put the pistol down. Put the pistol down. Put the pistol down.
What we're doing here today is a simplistic event that we put together for 4 boys who lost their lives in December of '08 in connection with a car crash. And we have created an event titled An Evening of Healing and Hope. What we plan to do is let the children address the hope issue and let the adults deal with the healing component of that. And we feel that this is a part of the healing process and being there to console the families by facilitating this event and their boys.
Okay, how you doing, sir?
I'm fine. My name's Steve Green. I'm the division commander of the 4th Division here in Louisville, and I'm with the Louisville Metro Police Department.
Okay, I got a question for you. what is your thoughts on youth, black on black violence?
Well, I mean, obviously we see a lot of black on black violence. We see too much violence the way it is. But as you get into the West End, you see a lot more black on black violence. Last night I was working a part-time job at a bowling alley, and a young man got into an altercation with another young man, both black males, just because he looked at him funny. And I had to separate them. So I mean, you know, you go into this just looks, just by looking at someone or something of that nature brings out the worst in an individual. So I mean, you know, obviously, you know, it's a concern to me. It's a concern to the whole community.
Okay, all right. If there was something you can tell, you know, if there was something you could say to the individuals that would get upset for another person looking the wrong way, what would you say to them?
Well, I would try to get them to look at how immature that is, number one, but and to foster that anger into another direction, whether it be with a youth group, with Youth Alive, with PCC over here. I mean, you know, just to get them to harness that anger and turn it into a positive and take away the negative from it. Because I mean, you know, if you could just sit here and talk to these kids and explain to them that, you know, fights, shootings, all this is, you know, that's a sign of immaturity, and they just need to grow, and we need to give them, as adults, we need to give them something to look forward to, something to work for, some kind of structured something.
And one last thing, and to all them kids that don't get it right before they turn 18, could you please explain to them what would happen to them if they step on the wrong side of the law?
Man, you get on the wrong side of the law, you know what's going to happen. You're going to do 60 the first time, and then, you know, it's just going to continue on. It's going to be a cycle. And if anyone wants to sit here and say it's cool to go to jail, you are out of your mind. You know, the bottom line is your freedom is the most important thing you have to you, and you don't want to give up your freedom for something that's stupid.
Some of the stuff that you do.
I sure can. I have a poem that I wrote called AUCM2, and it means black man in Swahili. And it goes, black man, where did you all go? I look, but can I see your face through your tinted windows? Doors locked, clutching a Glock, scanning for the popos, navigating down lifeless blocks, oblivious to your own personal potholes. Yeah, I know you're too bold, chasing that fool's gold, and too hard and too strong, twofold. But just know the streets are cold, and this heart's been froze, and it's still gonna move on when you long, long gone. Black man, where did you all go? Burial plots and cell blocks, a future vacationing spot for lost souls.
Right. Now you have an organization, another organization that's looking for poets and artists like that. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Are you looking for?
Yeah, I have a management and promotion company called IE Square, and IE stands for Instant Example of an Impression Everlasting. And then, you know, when you square something, you give it more power in mathematics. So it's a promotion and management company. We're always looking for spoken word poets. We're looking for gospel artists. We try to stay away from the hardcore rap, but if you're a gospel rapper, that's fine. So we're always looking for new and innovative.
Where can we find that information if someone's interested in doing that?
On my website, acop.org is on the website.
Okay, so all of it's encompassed in acop.org.
Yep, I'm all in one.
Awesome. You're also an author, right?
Yep, I wrote a book. The book is called Look Deep Into My Soul. It's my first book. And I'm writing children's stories. I'm just trying to do a lot to just get my message out there, and just of hope, love, and, you know, God.
So how you were locked up for how many years?
10 years.
10 years. How did that experience change you, and how your vision for other people? What's your vision for other people who come out of prison and can maintain a successful life like you have?
Well, I think what prison did was it detached me from what I was taught, what I was basically brainwashed with. It detached me, gave me a time to sit down and find myself, reconnect myself to God, and basically just rebuild myself, mold myself into what I thought that God wanted me to be. And when I came out, I had a desire to connect to the children, to their parents that was incarcerated, because I left a lot of good guys there. So everybody who's not in jail is not a bad person. They just made a mistake, and we cannot condemn them for that. So I just came out here and I encourage everybody, just, you know, do what God wants you to do. Don't do what man wants you to do.
Growing up for me wasn't any different than you see, you know, nowadays. You know, didn't have a father in the home. Didn't know who my father was. My mother's working all the time, doing the best that she possibly could to take care of me and my brother. You know, had to learn how to do right, how to do wrong on my own. You know what I'm saying? so many influences out here in the streets, you know, that can really take you down a negative path, you know, if you don't have, you know, the common sense to understand that, you know, this just ain't the right thing to do. This just ain't living. This ain't life. You know, luckily I just found some type of refuge in music, man. You know, it was one of those things that made me happy. I didn't have a lot of things to be happy about. You know, I didn't like how I looked. Young lady, a black young man out there, you know, whatever you put your mind to, my brother, my sister, you can do it. You can do it. And if you don't have an example to follow, I would love to be that example that you can follow. I would love to be that person that you can sit back and look at and say, hey, you know, C Sharp is encouraging me to be a doctor, be a lawyer, you know, be a pediatrician, be a, you know, be the best damn custodian that you can be. You know, it's not necessarily being an artist. It's just about being the best that you can be. So, you know, big shout out to Tony Angelo, you know, for composing this message, man, and letting me contribute to it. And, you know, young America, I love you. You know, your boy C Sharp.
Me no roses that I cannot smell. Come bear me no gifts in my coffin of nails. Give me no credit that I don't deserve. Spare me all falsehoods that memory won't serve. Cry me no river, wipe not one eye. Spare me all drama, spare me all lies. Don't offer your fabricated versions of truth. Decorate me no lines that I've shown no proof. Don't honor me any words that mislead. Don't season to flavor the words one may read. Bring me no roses or sweet words from tongues. Just love me while oxygen remains in my lungs.
In this type of situation, the prospect of a healthy future is uncertain. ACOPP offers a safety net to these children and provides a connection to the parents who wish to remain in contact.